When life whispers in quiet moments or roars in the storms of uncertainty, there lies a profound truth waiting to be unveiled, a sign to prepare for big changes. These signs are never random, nor are they mere coincidences. They are divine indicators orchestrated by a higher power, urging you to awaken to a new reality that is forming within you and around you. Everything begins within. The restless feeling, the unease that creeps into the most comfortable corners of your life, is not an enemy but a messenger. It stirs you because you are being called to expand, to rise beyond the boundaries of what you once believed possible. This restlessness is a sign that the old is fading and the new is preparing to emerge. You may find yourself losing interest in things that once brought joy or fulfillment. The conversations, routines, or even relationships that once anchored you may begin to feel misaligned. Do not resist this transformation. The shedding of the old is essential for the emergence of the new. Trust that these changes are not losses, but the clearing of space for something greater to take root. Perhaps you feel drawn to explore paths that seem distant or impossible. This is not the product of random curiosity, it is the stirring of your soul guiding you toward your true destiny. What you desire deeply is not separate from you. It is the echo of your future self calling you to step forward, to claim what has always been yours. At times, the signs may come in the form of challenges. Life may appear to dismantle everything familiar. But remember, a seed must break apart before it can sprout, and the earth must be shaken for the treasure to be unearthed. These challenges are not meant to destroy you, but to refine you, preparing you for the magnitude of what is to come. Synchronicities will begin to weave themselves into your days. A conversation, a book, a chance encounter, all aligning to offer guidance and affirmation that you are on the brink of transformation. Pay attention, for these are divine nudges, gently leading you toward the path you are meant to walk. You may also notice an intensified pull towards stillness, reflection, or prayer. The quiet spaces you create allow the divine within you to speak, to whisper the wisdom that cannot be heard amidst the noise. Honor these moments, for they are where clarity blooms and the blueprint of your next steps is revealed. The most profound sign is a deep, unshakable knowing, a quiet yet powerful conviction that change is not only coming but is already unfolding. This knowing is the voice of faith, urging you to prepare, to align, and to embrace the unknown with confidence and grace. Trust it, for it is the voice of your highest self, already witnessing the reality that is waiting to manifest. Big changes are not something to fear but to welcome. They are the universe's way of ensuring you grow into the fullness of your potential. As you prepare, remember that everything you need is already within you. The strength, the wisdom, the courage, they have always been there, waiting for you to claim them. Embrace these signs, for they are sacred. They are the bridge between who you are and who you are meant to become. And as you step forward in faith, the path will unfold beneath your feet, leading you to the life that has been waiting for you all along. Restlessness is often misunderstood, labeled as discomfort or dissatisfaction, but its essence holds a profound and divine message. When you feel unsettled, unable to rest in the routines or comforts that once gave you peace, it is not a signal that something is wrong, but a whisper from the divine urging you to pay attention. Restlessness arises not to torment, but to awaken, to stir your soul from complacency and guide you toward a greater truth, one that you may not yet fully understand, but that is undeniably shaping itself in the unseen realms. This stirring often begins subtly, like a soft wind brushing against your spirit. You may find yourself questioning things you once took for granted, sensing that the life you've built no longer fits. The things you once clung to for stability now feel restrictive, as though they cannot contain the fullness of who you are becoming. This sense of unease, though uncomfortable, is sacred. It is a sign that you are being prepared for a shift, for a transformation that requires the breaking down of the old to make room for the new. The restlessness you feel is not random. It is deeply purposeful and intricately connected to the unfolding of your highest self. Your inner being knows when you are ready for expansion, even before your conscious mind does. It begins to push against the boundaries of your current reality, creating a sense of tension that cannot be ignored. This tension is the birthplace of growth, the divine energy that propels you toward the next chapter of your journey. Restlessness often manifests in various forms. You may feel a longing for something you cannot yet name, an undefined ache in your spirit that seems to pull you forward. This longing is not a void, it is an invitation. It is your soul's way of calling you to explore the depths of your desires and to recognize that they are not separate from you. The things you yearn for are not outside of your reach, they are reflections of what your soul knows is possible. The restlessness is simply the reminder that you are ready to step into a greater version of yourself. Sometimes this unease shows up as dissatisfaction with what once brought you joy. Activities, relationships, or even achievements that once felt fulfilling may now seem hollow or unaligned. This is not a sign of failure or ingratitude, but of evolution. As you grow, your needs, desires, and purpose shift, and restlessness becomes the signal that it is time to align your external world with your internal truth. It is the divine's way of nudging you out of your comfort zone, ensuring that you do not settle for less than what you are capable of becoming. In moments of restlessness, it is tempting to resist, to cling to the familiar for fear of what lies beyond. Yet resistance only prolongs the discomfort. Restlessness is not meant to be fought but embraced. It is a teacher offering lessons in faith, trust, and surrender. When you lean into the unease, you create space for clarity to emerge. You begin to see that the discomfort is not a punishment but a preparation, a necessary step in the journey toward transformation. The world around you may not always understand your restlessness. Others may urge you to be content, to appreciate what you have and remain where you are. But the calling within you cannot be silenced by external voices. It is a deeply personal and sacred dialogue between you and the divine. Trust that the restlessness you feel is not an error but a signpost, guiding you toward a life that is more aligned with your true essence. Restlessness often comes with moments of stillness and reflection. It is in these quiet spaces that the divine speaks most clearly, offering insights and revelations that can only be heard when you are willing to listen. Allow yourself the grace to pause, to sit with the discomfort, and to ask what it is trying to teach you. In the silence, you may find that the answers are already within you, waiting to be acknowledged and acted upon. There is a divine timing to restlessness. It does not arise when you are unprepared, but precisely when you are ready to take the next step. Even if you do not feel ready, trust that the unease is a signal that the time has come to move forward. The divine does not rush, nor does it delay. It operates with perfect precision, ensuring that you are always being guided at the right moment toward the right path. Restlessness is not a permanent state. It is a transition, a bridge between what was and what will be. As you honor the message it brings, you begin to see it not as something to fear, but as a gift. It awakens you to the possibilities that lie ahead, encouraging you to dream bigger, to reach higher, and to step boldly into the unknown. Through restlessness, you are reminded that growth is a constant journey, one that requires courage, faith, and a willingness to embrace the unfolding mystery of life. When you feel restless, know that it is not a sign of lack but of abundance. It is the divine's way of reminding you that there is more for you, that you are not meant to remain stagnant but to thrive. Restlessness is a sacred invitation to co-create with the divine, to step into your power and claim the life that has always been waiting for you. Trust the process and know that every moment of unease is leading you closer to the truth of who you are and the greatness you are destined to embody. The process of shedding the old to make space for the new is a profound and transformative journey, one that is often marked by discomfort and uncertainty. Yet it is in this very process that the seeds of growth are planted, nurtured, and prepared to bloom. Life is a continuous cycle of endings and beginnings, and within this rhythm lies the essence of evolution. To hold on to what no longer serves is to resist the divine flow, but to release it is to create space for the extraordinary. When life begins to change, it may feel as though you are losing pieces of yourself. Old routines, relationships, and even long-held beliefs may no longer feel aligned. This can be unsettling, for there is comfort in the familiar, even when it no longer fulfills us. Yet, the divine plan is never static, it is dynamic, always moving, always expanding. To cling to what is outdated is to resist this divine motion. The shedding of the old is not a loss but a necessary step in your becoming. Letting go can often feel like a grieving process. The things, people, and circumstances you release may have once been integral to your identity. But just as the seasons shift and the trees release their leaves to prepare for new growth, so too must you trust the natural flow of your life. What you release is not being taken from you arbitrarily. It is being cleared to make room for something far greater, something that aligns with the person you are becoming. In the moment of release, it is natural to feel fear. The mind clings to what it knows, seeking safety and familiarity. But the soul knows that the familiar is not always where growth resides. To step into the new, you must first create space within yourself. This space is sacred, is the fertile ground where new dreams, opportunities, and relationships can take root. The process of shedding is not one of destruction but of preparation, an essential part of manifesting a greater reality. As you release the old, you may encounter resistance, both within yourself and from the world around you. Friends or loved ones may question your choices, urging you to stay as you are. They may see your letting go as a rejection of the past rather than an embrace of the future. It is important to understand that their reactions often come from their own fear of change. This journey is yours alone, and your willingness to let go is an act of faith, a declaration that you trust in the divine plan unfolding in your life. The act of shedding is also an act of self-love. It is a recognition that you deserve more than what the old can offer. By releasing what no longer serves you, you are affirming your worth, acknowledging that you are not bound by your past, but are free to create your future. This is not an easy path, for it requires courage to face the unknown. But within this courage lies the power to transform, to step into a version of yourself that is closer to your true essence. In letting go, you may experience moments of emptiness. This emptiness is not a void to be feared, but a space to be cherished. It is in the emptiness that the new begins to take shape. Allow yourself to sit with this space, to feel its possibilities. Do not rush to fill it with distractions or the familiar. Trust that what is meant for you will come, and it will come at the right time, in the right way. The shedding of the old is not only about releasing external things, but also about letting go of internal patterns. Old fears, limiting beliefs, and self-doubt must also be released if you are to step into the fullness of your potential. These inner barriers may have served a purpose at one point, perhaps protecting you or keeping you safe. But as you grow, you no longer need the protection of the past. To hold on to these patterns is to limit yourself, to keep yourself small when you are meant to expand. Each time you release something, you are telling the universe that you are ready for more. This readiness is a powerful force. It signals your willingness to grow, to evolve, and to receive what the divine has in store for you. The act of letting go is not passive, it is an active declaration of faith, a statement that you trust the unseen and believe in the possibilities yet to come. As you move through this process, remember that letting go does not mean forgetting or dismissing the value of what once was. The old served its purpose, it brought you to where you are now. Honor it for the role it played in your journey, and then release it with gratitude. In doing so, you free yourself from the weight of the past, allowing yourself to rise into the light of the present and the promise of the future. This transformation is not always immediate. The space created by letting go may feel unsettling at first, as though you are standing on the edge of a vast unknown. But it is in this space that the new begins to form. Trust the process, even when you cannot yet see the results. Know that the divine is always working in your favor, preparing you for a reality that aligns with your highest good. Every time you release something that no longer serves you, you become lighter, freer, and more aligned with your true self. The shedding of the old is a divine gift, a sacred step in the journey of becoming. Embrace it, for within it lies the promise of transformation, the unfolding of a life that is richer, fuller, and more aligned with your deepest truth. Desires are not mere whims or fleeting thoughts, they are profound echoes of your future self calling you forward. They arise from the depths of your being, a quiet yet persistent reminder of the potential that already exists within you. When you experience a desire, it is not something external to you that needs to be chased or acquired. Instead, it is a reflection of what is already yours in a realm unseen, a sign that your future self is guiding you toward a reality where that desire is fulfilled. Desires are sacred. They are the language through which the divine communicates its intentions for your life. Each longing, each vision, each dream you hold is a seed planted within you by the Creator. This seed carries the blueprint for its own fulfillment. The very act of desiring something is proof that it exists for you, waiting to be realized. The key is not to doubt the desire, but to embrace it as evidence of your connection to the infinite possibilities of creation. Often people misinterpret their desires, seeing them as unattainable or as something they must struggle to achieve. This misunderstanding creates a gap between the desire and its fulfillment. But the truth is that your desires are not distant, they are as close to you as your breath. They are already present within you, waiting for your recognition and alignment. To desire something is to affirm its presence in your life. The more you focus on this truth, the more your reality will begin to reflect it. Desires are not random. They are specific to you, arising from your unique essence and purpose. What you long for is intricately connected to who you are meant to become. Your future self, already living in the fulfillment of your desires, sends these echoes back to you as guidance. They are not a trick or a distraction, but a divine roadmap. When you honor your desires, you are honoring the highest version of yourself. You are acknowledging that your life has meaning and that your dreams are a vital part of that meaning. To recognize your desires as echoes of your future self is to shift your perspective. Instead of seeing them as something you must work for, you begin to understand them as a calling, a natural unfolding of what is already true. This shift removes the need for struggle and replaces it with a sense of trust and flow. The energy of wanting transforms into the energy of knowing. You no longer feel separate from your desires, but deeply connected to them. The path to realizing your desires lies in your ability to align with them. Alignment means living as though the fulfillment of your desire is already a fact. It requires you to think, feel, and act from the state of having, rather than the state of lack. This alignment is not about pretending or forcing, but about embodying the truth of your desire. When you align in this way, you become a magnet for the experiences and circumstances that match your inner state. Desires often come with emotions, joy, excitement, or even fear. These emotions are part of the process, indicators of the energy surrounding your desire. When you feel joy or excitement, it is a sign that you are in harmony with your future self. When fear arises, it is not a sign to retreat, but an invitation to grow. Fear often accompanies desires because they require you to step into the unknown. It is not a barrier, but a threshold, a sign that you are on the verge of expansion. As you move toward your desires, you may encounter challenges or delays. These are not signs that your desires are unattainable, but opportunities to deepen your faith and refine your alignment. Each obstacle is a lesson, a chance to release limiting beliefs and strengthen your connection to the truth of your being. The journey is as important as the destination because it shapes you into the person who is ready to receive what you desire. Desires also require you to cultivate a sense of worthiness. You must believe that you are deserving of what you long for. This belief is not about arrogance, but about recognizing your inherent value as a co-creator with the divine. When you see yourself as worthy, you open the door for your desires to manifest. Worthiness is not something you need to earn, it is something you must claim. It is a recognition of the divine essence within you and your right to live a life of joy and abundance. There is a timing to the fulfillment of desires, one that often transcends human understanding. You may want something immediately, but the divine operates with perfect precision. Trusting this timing is an act of surrender, an acknowledgement that your future self knows the way. When you release the need to control the outcome, you create space for the divine to work on your behalf. This trust allows you to remain in a state of peace, even as you wait for your desires to unfold. Desires are not just about acquiring things or achieving goals, they are about becoming. Each desire you hold is a catalyst for transformation, a spark that ignites your growth. The process of moving toward your desires changes you, shaping you into the person who can fully receive and appreciate their fulfillment. This transformation is the true gift of desire, for it brings you closer to your true self. When you honor your desires, you are not only honoring yourself but also participating in the divine dance of creation. Your desires contribute to the expansion of the universe, adding to the beauty and richness of existence. By following the echoes of your future self, you are fulfilling your purpose, living in alignment with the divine plan, and experiencing the joy of co-creation. Your desires are not separate from you, they are you, calling you forward into the infinite possibilities of your becoming. The path to transformation often involves a period of uncertainty, where the familiar fades and clarity about what lies ahead is yet to emerge. This period is not one of chaos but of divine preparation. It is a sacred time, a gestation of the new version of yourself that is coming into being. When the path becomes unclear, it is not a punishment or a failure, but a sign that you are being led into a greater alignment with your higher purpose. Uncertainty can feel unsettling. The human mind craves stability and understanding, often viewing the unknown as a threat. Yet it is in the unknown that the most profound growth occurs. When your path becomes unclear, it is because you are being asked to let go of control and surrender to the wisdom of the divine. This surrender is not an act of weakness, but a profound expression of trust, an acknowledgement that there is a higher intelligence guiding your journey. During these times, it is natural to question your direction, your decisions, and even your worth. Doubt may creep in, whispering that you have lost your way. But doubt is not your enemy, it is a signal that you are stepping beyond the boundaries of your comfort zone. It is a reminder that you are venturing into new territory, a place where your future self already exists. When the path becomes unclear, it is not because you have strayed, but because you are being invited to walk by faith rather than by sight. This period of uncertainty is like the pause before a symphony begins. It is a space where the divine rearranges the pieces of your life, aligning them to create a masterpiece that resonates with your highest good. From the outside, it may appear as though nothing is happening. But beneath the surface, there is a great unfolding, a quiet preparation for the next chapter of your journey. Trusting this unseen process is one of the most challenging yet rewarding acts of faith you can undertake. When the path becomes unclear, it is an opportunity to deepen your relationship with yourself and the divine. Without the distractions of certainty, you are invited to turn inward, to connect with the still, small voice that whispers guidance. This voice is always there, but it often goes unheard amidst the noise of daily life. Uncertainty quiets that noise, creating a space where you can truly listen. What you hear in this space may not always be logical or immediate, but it will always be true. In this liminal space, patience becomes your ally. The urge to force clarity, to rush into action for the sake of feeling productive, is strong. But true transformation cannot be rushed. Just as a seed must remain in the darkness of the soil before it can sprout, you too must allow time for your growth. Patience is not passive, it is an active state of trust, a commitment to the process of becoming without demanding immediate results. Uncertainty also reveals the strength of your faith. It is easy to trust when the path is clear and the destination is in sight. But true faith is forged in the darkness, in the moments when you must walk forward without knowing where your foot will land. This kind of faith is not blind optimism, but a deep, unwavering belief in the goodness of the divine and the perfection of your journey. It is a knowing that even when you cannot see the way is being made. This period may also bring to light the aspects of yourself that need to be released or transformed. When the path becomes unclear, old fears, doubts, and insecurities often rise to the surface. This is not a setback, but a gift, an opportunity to confront and heal these aspects of yourself. What you release in this time makes space for the new to enter. It is not always an easy process, but it is a necessary one. The path to clarity often requires you to let go of what no longer aligns with your highest self. When you embrace the uncertainty, you open yourself to the magic of possibilities. The human tendency is to want to know every step, to plan and predict the future. But the divine works in ways that often surpass understanding. By releasing the need to know, you allow the universe to surprise you, to bring into your life experiences and opportunities that you could not have imagined. Uncertainty is not the absence of direction, but the presence of infinite potential. The lack of clarity can also serve as a reminder that the journey is not solely about the destination. It is in the wandering, the questioning, and the exploring that you discover the depths of your soul. Each step, even the hesitant ones, is a part of your unfolding. The beauty of life is not found in always knowing, but in the courage to move forward despite not knowing. It is in these moments that you grow, evolve, and become. As the path becomes clearer, you will look back on this time of uncertainty with gratitude. You will see how it shaped you, how it prepared you for the next phase of your journey. The lessons you learned during this time will stay with you, serving as a foundation for future growth. You will understand that the lack of clarity was never a void, but a space filled with divine intention, a sacred pause before the next great movement in your life. Uncertainty is a teacher, a guide, and a gift. It strips away the illusions of control and invites you to trust in something greater than yourself. It reminds you that life is not a puzzle to be solved, but a mystery to be lived. When the path becomes unclear, it is not a sign of failure, but of transformation. It is an invitation to step into the unknown with faith, to trust that even in the darkness, the light of your destiny is guiding you. Emotions are the subtle yet powerful indicators of alignment with your future self and the manifestations you seek. They are not random fluctuations of energy, but deeply connected signals guiding you toward or away from the state of your fulfilled desires. To understand emotions as spiritual tools is to unlock a profound source of guidance that transcends logic or circumstance. Every emotion you feel is a reflection of your inner state and how closely it aligns with the reality you desire. Joy, excitement, peace, and gratitude are indicators that you are in harmony with the version of yourself that already possesses what you seek. These emotions arise not because the external world has changed, but because your internal state resonates with the truth of your manifestation. They are whispers from your future self, affirming that you are on the right path. On the other hand, emotions such as fear, doubt, anger, or frustration are not to be suppressed or feared. They, too, are part of the guidance system, pointing out where resistance exists or where beliefs are misaligned with your desired reality. These emotions are not punishments or barriers, they are opportunities for introspection and growth. They reveal the areas where healing is needed, where old patterns or limiting beliefs are holding you back from fully embodying your future self. When you feel strong emotions, it is crucial to pause and ask what they are revealing to you. If the emotion is uplifting, lean into it, savor it, and let it expand within you. This not only strengthens your alignment, but also reinforces your connection to the desired state. If the emotion is challenging, resist the urge to fight it or push it away. Instead, approach it with curiosity and compassion. What is it trying to teach you? What belief or thought has triggered it? And how can you shift that perspective? Emotions are not fixed, they are fluid and ever-changing. This fluidity is what makes them such powerful tools for alignment. By consciously choosing to shift your emotional state, you can change your point of attraction and draw closer to your desires. This does not mean ignoring difficult emotions or pretending to be happy when you are not. It means acknowledging where you are emotionally, then gently guiding yourself toward a state that feels better and more aligned. Visualization is one of the most effective ways to use emotions as a tool for alignment. When you close your eyes and vividly imagine the fulfillment of your desire, your mind does not distinguish between the imagined and the real. It begins to produce the emotions associated with that fulfillment. As you feel the joy, gratitude, or excitement of your imagined reality, you align yourself energetically with that state. These emotions are not a byproduct of the external world, but a creative force that shapes your reality. Gratitude is a particularly potent emotional state for alignment. When you focus on what you are grateful for, you shift your attention away from lack and toward abundance. Gratitude is an acknowledgement of what is good and true in your life, and it has the power to transform your perspective instantly. It is a signal to the universe that you are open to receiving more of what you appreciate. By cultivating a daily practice of gratitude, you create a foundation of emotional alignment that supports your manifestations. Fear and doubt, though often perceived as negative, hold valuable lessons when approached with an open heart. These emotions typically arise when you are on the verge of stepping into a new version of yourself. They are the echoes of old beliefs and patterns resisting change. Instead of letting fear paralyze you, use it as a signal that you are growing. Fear is not an enemy, it is a companion on the journey of transformation. It challenges you to reaffirm your commitment to your desires and to trust the process. One of the most transformative practices is learning to observe your emotions without judgment. Emotions are neither good nor bad, they simply are. They are indicators, not dictators. When you can sit with your emotions, observe them, and allow them to flow without attaching to them, you reclaim your power. You begin to see emotions as temporary states rather than permanent conditions. This detachment allows you to consciously choose the emotions that align with your highest self. Your emotional state influences not only your inner world but also your outer reality. The energy you emit through your emotions creates ripples in the field of possibilities, drawing to you experiences that match your vibration. This is why it is said that you do not attract what you want, you attract what you are. By aligning your emotions with the state of already having what you desire, you collapse the gap between your current reality and your desired reality. To use emotions as spiritual tools requires awareness and practice. It is not about perfection but about progress. Begin by paying attention to how you feel throughout the day. Notice the thoughts that precede your emotions and the actions that follow. When you catch yourself in a state of misalignment, gently redirect your focus. This could be through affirmations, visualization, meditation, or simply taking a moment to breathe and reset. Compassion for yourself is essential in this process. There will be days when alignment feels effortless and others when it seems elusive. This is the nature of growth. Be patient with yourself, knowing that every emotion, every experience is part of the journey. Celebrate your progress, no matter how small, and trust that you are always moving closer to your desires. Emotions are the language of the soul. They are how your higher self communicates with you, guiding you toward your highest potential. When you embrace them as tools for alignment, you step into your power as a conscious creator. You begin to see emotions not as obstacles but as allies, each one offering a unique opportunity for growth and connection. By mastering your emotional state, you master your reality, aligning with the infinite possibilities that are already within you. Resistance is an inherent part of growth and transformation, often arising when you are on the brink of a significant shift in your life. It manifests as doubt, fear, procrastination, or even physical discomfort, and while it may seem like an obstacle, it is in fact a sign that you are stepping beyond your current limitations. To embrace resistance is to understand it as a necessary part of the process, an indication that you are moving towards something greater. At its core, resistance is the mind's way of maintaining the status quo. The mind, ever protective, perceives change as a threat. Even when the change is for your highest good, it clings to the familiar, to patterns and habits that feel safe, even if they no longer serve you. This is why resistance often intensifies when you are closest to a breakthrough. It is a signal that you are venturing into uncharted territory, a place where the old ways of being cannot follow. Recognizing resistance for what it is, a protective mechanism, allows you to approach it with compassion rather than frustration. Resistance is not your enemy, it is a teacher. It shows you where your fears and doubts lie, where you may still be holding on to limiting beliefs. When you face resistance, instead of pushing against it, ask yourself what it is trying to reveal. What part of you feels unsafe or unworthy of the change you are seeking? What stories are you telling yourself that perpetuate this resistance? Resistance often arises in the form of self-doubt. You may question your abilities, your worthiness, or even the validity of your desires. These doubts are not indicators of failure but of growth. They surface because you are challenging the beliefs that have defined your identity up until now. Doubt is a sign that you are expanding, that you are stepping into a version of yourself that your current mindset cannot yet fully comprehend. Instead of fearing doubt, embrace it as a sign that you are on the right path. Procrastination is another common expression of resistance. It may disguise itself as perfectionism, the need for more information, or a sudden focus on unrelated tasks. While it can be frustrating, procrastination is not laziness, it is fear in action. Fear of failure, fear of success, or fear of change can all manifest as an inability to move forward. By identifying the underlying fear, you can address the root cause of the procrastination and begin to take aligned action. Physical discomfort can also signal resistance. You may feel tension, fatigue, or even illness when you are on the verge of a breakthrough. The body and mind are deeply interconnected, and resistance often manifests in the body as a way to capture your attention. Instead of ignoring or suppressing these sensations, listen to what your body is telling you. What needs to be released? What are you holding on to that no longer serves you? Physical resistance is an invitation to align your body with your intentions, to treat it as a partner in your transformation. One of the most effective ways to navigate resistance is to lean into it rather than resist it. This may seem counterintuitive, but resistance only grows stronger when you fight against it. By leaning into resistance, you acknowledge its presence and allow it to move through you. This could mean journaling about your fears, meditating on your doubts, or even speaking them aloud. Once you bring resistance into the light, it begins to lose its power. Patience and persistence are essential when dealing with resistance. It is not a one-time hurdle, but a recurring companion on the journey of growth. Each new level of expansion brings its own form of resistance, tailored to the challenges of that stage. Instead of viewing resistance as a setback, see it as a sign of progress. The very presence of resistance means you are growing, evolving, and stepping into a new version of yourself. Faith is another powerful tool for overcoming resistance. Faith in your vision, faith in the process, and faith in yourself can carry you through moments of doubt and fear. Resistance thrives on uncertainty, on the gaps in your belief system. By anchoring yourself in faith, you create a solid foundation that resistance cannot easily shake. Faith does not eliminate resistance, but it gives you the strength to move through it with grace. Taking small, consistent actions can also help to dissolve resistance. When the path ahead feels overwhelming, break it down into manageable steps. Each small action builds momentum, creating a sense of accomplishment that weakens resistance. Even the smallest step forward is a victory, a declaration that you are committed to your growth. Over time, these small actions accumulate, creating a powerful shift in your reality. Self-compassion is perhaps the most important tool for navigating resistance. Growth is not a linear process, it is a journey filled with peaks and valleys. There will be days when resistance feels insurmountable, when doubts and fears seem to overshadow your vision. On these days, be gentle with yourself. Acknowledge the effort you are making, even if progress feels slow. Celebrate your courage in facing resistance, for it is a testament to your commitment to your transformation. As you learn to embrace resistance, you begin to see it not as a barrier, but as a guide. It points you toward the areas of your life that need attention, healing, and transformation. It challenges you to grow, to step into your power, and to align with your highest self. Resistance is not the end of the road, it is a sign that you are exactly where you need to be. Resistance is a universal experience, one that touches every aspect of life, especially when we are on the verge of something transformative. The journey to personal growth, expansion, or achieving a dream is never linear. It is instead a series of challenges, internal conflicts, and emotional confrontations, all of which bring resistance to the surface. But instead of viewing it as something that hinders our progress, we must learn to view resistance as an essential part of the process, a natural response to change and growth. It is in these moments of resistance that we are truly tested, not only by external forces, but by our own inner beliefs, fears, and doubts. When resistance arises, it often feels like an obstacle, something that stands between where we are and where we want to be. We may feel stuck, frustrated, and uncertain, questioning whether the path we are on is truly the right one. The key, however, is understanding that this resistance is not a sign of failure, but a sign of expansion. It is a reminder that we are challenging the status quo, that we are stepping outside of our comfort zones and into unknown territory. Every time we try to shift or expand, resistance is there to greet us, urging us to stay where we are, to keep things the same, and to avoid the discomfort of change. It may show up in subtle forms, such as procrastination, fear of the unknown, or self-doubt. At other times, it may be more overt, manifesting as external challenges that seem to block our path. But regardless of its form, resistance serves a vital purpose. It reveals where our limiting beliefs still hold sway and where we still have work to do in transforming our mindset. Resistance is particularly powerful when we are on the verge of a breakthrough. It is in these moments, when we feel the most vulnerable and unsure, that we are actually closest to the manifestation of our desires. Think of resistance as the final test before a major shift. It's like the storm that passes just before the rainbow appears. The resistance is the pressure that forces us to let go of the old, outgrown parts of ourselves, so we can emerge into the new. One of the primary reasons we resist change is fear. Fear of failure, fear of success, fear of the unknown, and fear of rejection are all forms of resistance that block our progress. These fears are often deeply ingrained, born from past experiences, societal conditioning, or self-imposed limitations. But fear is not the enemy. Fear is merely an emotion that arises when we step into uncharted territory. It is an expression of our human desire for security and certainty. However, this security is illusory. True growth happens when we move beyond the safety of the familiar, when we venture into the unknown and embrace the uncertainty that comes with it. As we face resistance, it is essential to recognize that the fear or doubt we feel is not an accurate reflection of our abilities or potential. These emotions arise because the mind is wired to protect us from perceived threats, and change, by its very nature, is perceived as a threat to our current reality. But the truth is, we are never given a challenge that is too great for us. The resistance we feel is simply a reflection of the gap between who we are now and who we are becoming. It is a natural part of the process of evolution, and it is through navigating this resistance that we grow and transform. Instead of fighting resistance, we must learn to lean into it. Leaning into resistance does not mean passively accepting defeat. Rather, it means acknowledging the resistance, understanding its source, and moving forward despite it. This approach allows us to approach resistance with curiosity and compassion rather than with fear and judgment. When we resist resistance, we only intensify it. But when we accept it, we can transform it into a force for growth. One of the most effective ways to lean into resistance is by using it as an opportunity for self-reflection. When you encounter resistance, pause and ask yourself what it is trying to teach you. What beliefs or thoughts are triggering this resistance? Is there an old fear or trauma that needs healing? Are you doubting your abilities or questioning your worthiness? These questions invite introspection and provide valuable insights into the deeper layers of resistance that may be at play. Another critical aspect of navigating resistance is cultivating patience. Personal transformation is not something that happens overnight. It is a gradual, ongoing process. Resistance will not disappear instantly, nor should it. The more we try to rush through resistance, the more resistance we will encounter. Instead, we must develop the patience to allow the process to unfold naturally. It may take time to move through our fears and doubts, and that's okay. The journey is just as important as the destination. During these moments of resistance, it is crucial to remember that you are not alone. Every person who has ever achieved anything worthwhile has had to face resistance. It is part of the human experience. What differentiates those who succeed from those who give up is not the absence of resistance, but the willingness to persist in spite of it. Those who succeed do not let resistance define them. Instead, they see it as a sign that they are on the right path, that they are challenging themselves and expanding into new realms of possibility. Another important aspect of resistance is recognizing that it often arises when we are on the verge of a major shift in our lives. When we are about to step into a higher version of ourselves, resistance may manifest as a way of holding us back. It is a form of self-protection, a way of keeping us from leaving behind old beliefs, habits, and identities that no longer serve us. But in order to manifest our desires and create the life we want, we must be willing to let go of the past and embrace the unknown. The key to moving through resistance is taking small, consistent actions. When faced with overwhelming resistance, it can feel like the best course of action is to do nothing, to freeze or retreat. But this only prolongs the discomfort and the resistance itself. Instead, take one small step forward. Do one thing each day that brings you closer to your goal. It doesn't matter how small the step is. What matters is that you are moving forward, even if only by an inch. Each small step builds momentum, and over time you will find that the resistance becomes less and less overwhelming. As you move through resistance, it is essential to stay connected to your vision. Your vision is the guiding light that keeps you focused and aligned with your goals. When resistance arises, it can be easy to lose sight of why you started in the first place. But it is precisely in these moments that you must return to your vision and remind yourself of your purpose. Your vision serves as a powerful anchor that keeps you grounded and focused, even in the midst of uncertainty. It is also important to remember that resistance is not a permanent state. Just as the tide ebbs and flows, resistance too will eventually pass. Each time you face and move through resistance, you become stronger, more resilient, and more aligned with your higher self. Resistance may always be a part of the journey, but with each breakthrough, it becomes less intimidating. Eventually, you will learn to recognize resistance for what it is: a sign of growth, a sign that you are stepping into a higher version of yourself. In the end, resistance is not something to fear or avoid. It is a natural and necessary part of the journey to personal transformation. By learning to navigate resistance with patience, self-compassion, and persistence, we can move through it with grace and emerge stronger on the other side. Each time we face resistance and move through it, we are that much closer to manifesting our dreams and living the life we desire. Resistance, when viewed as a sign of growth, becomes a powerful ally on the path to transformation. In time, you will come to welcome resistance as a companion on your journey. It will no longer feel like an obstacle, but a natural part of the process, a reminder that you are moving in the direction of your dreams. Each time you face resistance and move through it, you become stronger, more aligned, and more capable of creating the life you desire. Resistance is not the enemy, it is the catalyst for your transformation. Resistance, though often perceived as a barrier, is a profound indicator of growth and transformation. It signals that you are stepping into new territory, challenging old patterns, and moving closer to your desired reality. By embracing resistance with awareness, patience, and compassion, you shift its energy from opposition to opportunity. Each moment of resistance is an invitation to deepen your faith, expand your self-belief, and take aligned action toward your dreams. When you lean into resistance, you reclaim your power, transforming what once felt like an obstacle into a stepping stone toward the life you are destined to create. The blessings you never expected are already on their way to you, carried on the wings of divine intention. Each moment you spend in quiet anticipation, each thought you hold with faith, is preparing the way for their arrival. Do not look at the world around you with the eyes of doubt or limitation. Instead, turn inward, for it is within that the seeds of all miracles are planted. What you believe, you will see. What you claim in the silence of your heart will unfold before you, as surely as day follows night. Imagine for a moment that the blessings you seek are already yours. Feel their presence not as a future hope, but as a current reality. Let your heart swell with gratitude, for gratitude is the key that unlocks the treasures of heaven. Do not wait for the evidence to convince you. Instead, convince yourself now by living in the joyful expectancy of their arrival. Speak to yourself as if the doors of abundance are opening wide, and all that you desire is pouring into your life. Close your eyes and picture the fulfillment of your heart's desires. See yourself surrounded by the evidence of blessings so profound that they take your breath away. Feel the warmth of their reality, hear the voices of those celebrating with you. It is not a distant dream. It is a present certainty waiting for your faith to make it visible. With every breath, let your conviction deepen. With every heartbeat, let your confidence grow stronger. Do not measure the timing of these blessings by the clock or the calendar. Divine timing is always perfect, even when it seems to delay. What you consider a delay is often preparation, ensuring that when the blessing arrives, it will be complete, abundant, and far beyond what you imagined. Hold steadfast in your faith, for the law of creation is precise and unyielding. What you feel deeply, you will manifest. What you claim as yours cannot be denied. Your only task is to align your thoughts and feelings with the reality you wish to experience. Act as though the blessings are already here, and the world will rise to meet your belief. The outer world is but a reflection of the inner, and as you align your inner world with the truth of abundance, the reflection cannot help but change. The blessing you never expected will arrive, and it will come in such a way that you will know it was destined for you all along. The universe is conspiring in your favor, even now. Trust this process, for it is governed by laws that cannot fail. You are the beloved of the Creator, and all that is good is your rightful inheritance. Stand firm in this knowledge, and let your heart sing with gratitude. The blessing is on its way indeed. It is already here, waiting for you to open your eyes and see it. The blessings you never expected are not simply an accident or a coincidence. They are the direct result of the energy you radiate and the consciousness you hold. Every thought, every emotion, every belief is a seed planted in the fertile soil of your imagination. And from that soil, the universe brings forth a harvest in perfect alignment with what you have sown. To receive the blessings you never anticipated, you must first accept that nothing in life is random. The life you live today is the echo of the thoughts and feelings you carried yesterday. In the same way, the blessings of tomorrow are being shaped by the energy you embody right now. There is a sacred power within you, one that calls into existence everything you truly believe. This power does not question or doubt, it only acts. It takes the blueprint you offer it, the visions you see in your mind, the emotions you hold in your heart, and shapes reality according to your instructions. It is not concerned with whether you deem yourself worthy or ready. It simply responds to your deepest convictions. Therefore, to welcome the unexpected blessings, you must live in a state of certainty that they are not only possible but inevitable. Feel the joy of receiving, even now, before your physical eyes witness any proof. Imagine the feeling of opening a door and finding the gift you didn't know was waiting for you. Feel the overwhelming gratitude, as if your dreams have already come true. This feeling, this unwavering belief, is the bridge between the unseen and the seen. The blessings you never expected will arrive, not because you begged for them or chased after them, but because you aligned yourself with the truth of abundance and trusted that all good things are yours by divine right. When you begin to live in this state of faith, the world around you will seem to transform. People, opportunities, and events will align in ways that feel almost magical. But it is not magic, it is law. What you project inwardly will always return to you outwardly. And so, if you wish for blessings beyond your imagination, you must imagine them first. You must dare to believe that the universe delights in giving to you, that there is no shortage of good and no limit to what you can receive. The beauty of these blessings is that they often arrive in forms you could never have anticipated. They might come disguised as new opportunities, unexpected connections, or even moments of clarity and insight. They may not always look like what you envisioned, but they will always be exactly what you need. The blessings you never expected are often the ones that carry the greatest impact because they reveal the infinite creativity and love of the divine. In every quiet moment, remind yourself that you are not alone. You are supported by a power that knows no limits and makes no mistakes. This power sees the desires of your heart and responds to them in ways that surpass your understanding. Even now, it is moving mountains, opening doors, and aligning circumstances to bring forth the blessings prepared for you. Your only responsibility is to remain in harmony with this power, to stay aligned with the vibration of gratitude and faith. Gratitude is not merely a reaction to receiving, it is the catalyst for receiving. When you cultivate a spirit of gratitude for what you already have, you create an environment where more can flow to you. Gratitude tells the universe that you are open, that you are ready, that you trust in its abundance. And the universe in turn responds by giving you more reasons to be grateful. This cycle of giving and receiving is the foundation of all creation. As you wait for the blessings you never expected, remember that waiting does not mean idling. Waiting is an active state of preparation and expectation. It is a time to nurture your faith, to strengthen your vision, and to align your actions with your intentions. Speak words that affirm your belief in the blessings to come. Act as though they are already here. Carry yourself with the confidence of one who knows that the best is yet to come. The world may try to convince you otherwise. It may point to the evidence of lack or failure, trying to persuade you that your dreams are impossible. But you must look beyond appearances. You must anchor yourself in the truth that reality is not fixed, it is fluid, constantly shaped by the thoughts and beliefs you hold. What appears as a closed door today can open tomorrow. What seems like a setback can become a stepping stone. Do not allow temporary circumstances to cloud your vision of the blessings ahead. Instead, use them as opportunities to deepen your faith and sharpen your focus. Every challenge you face is an invitation to rise higher, to trust more deeply, and to claim your blessings with greater certainty. The blessings you never expected are not deterred by obstacles or delays. They are drawn to your faith, magnetized by your belief. The journey to receiving these blessings is as important as the blessings themselves. It is in the waiting, the trusting, and the believing that you grow into the person capable of receiving and sustaining them. Every moment of doubt overcome, every act of faith strengthened, brings you closer to the fulfillment of your desires. The blessings are not merely gifts, they are reminders of the divine power within you, a power that is limitless and ever present. Even now, as you listen to these words, something within you knows their truth. You feel the stirring of hope, the quiet assurance that what is meant for you cannot be lost. Hold on to this feeling. Let it guide you, sustain you, and inspire you. For it is this feeling, this unwavering faith, that will call forth the blessings you never expected and transform your life in ways you cannot yet imagine. The blessings you never expected are not distant promises, they are realities forming in the unseen realm, waiting to unfold in your life. They move closer with every thought aligned with faith, every word spoken in belief, and every action rooted in trust. The life you are living today, the experiences you encounter, and even the challenges you face are all woven into the tapestry of your blessings. There is no wasted moment, no meaningless event. Everything is orchestrated by a divine intelligence that knows what you need and when you need it. Feel the certainty of this truth deep within your being. Even if your senses tell you otherwise, even if your circumstances seem unchanged, know that the unseen is always at work. What you perceive as delays or struggles are simply the universe rearranging itself to bring forth the highest good for you. Trust the process, for the process is sacred. The blessings you never expected are being crafted with precision, arriving not a moment too soon or too late, but in perfect alignment with divine plan. Close your eyes and breathe deeply, and in that stillness, imagine the unfolding of your blessings. Picture the doors opening before you, the pathways clearing, and the opportunities revealing themselves. Feel the joy of receiving as if it is happening now. This feeling is not a fantasy, it is the language of creation. When you immerse yourself in this state of belief, you are not only attracting your blessings, but accelerating their arrival. The energy of faith moves mountains, and what once seemed impossible becomes inevitable. In this moment, release all doubts, fears, and anxieties. They serve no purpose but to cloud your vision and weaken your resolve. Instead, hold steadfast to the knowing that you are worthy of every good thing life has to offer. Your worthiness is not determined by what you have done or failed to do. It is not measured by the opinions of others or the standards of the world. Your worthiness is inherent, bestowed upon you by the divine source of all creation. You are a vessel for infinite blessings, and nothing can diminish that truth. The blessings you never expected will often come disguised as challenges or disruptions. What may initially seem like a setback is often a setup for something far greater. When a door closes, it is not a sign of rejection but redirection. Trust that every closed door is guiding you toward the one that is meant for you, the one that leads to blessings beyond your imagination. Stay open, stay curious, and stay faithful. The path may not always be clear, but it is always leading you to where you need to be. Gratitude is your greatest ally on this journey. It is the bridge between longing and fulfillment, between waiting and receiving. When you give thanks for the blessings you have yet to see, you affirm their reality. You tell the universe, "I believe," and the universe responds with a resounding yes. Gratitude transforms your energy, elevating your vibration to match the frequency of abundance. In this state, you become a magnet for all that is good, attracting blessings not only for yourself, but for those around you. Do not be concerned with how or when these blessings will appear. The details are not your burden to bear. Your role is to remain in alignment with faith, to hold the vision of your desired reality, and to act as though it is already true. When you live as if the blessings are already yours, you step into a realm of limitless possibility. You begin to see opportunities where others see obstacles, to find solutions where others see problems. This mindset is not merely optimistic, it is transformative. There is a quiet power in surrender, a strength in letting go of the need to control. When you release your grip on how things should unfold, you make room for the divine to work its wonders. Trust that the universe knows the best way to bring your blessings to you. Its wisdom is infinite, its timing impeccable. Even in moments of uncertainty, remind yourself that the unseen is always working for your highest good. The blessings you never expected are not contingent on your understanding but on your willingness to believe. As you move through each day, carry with you the awareness that you are co-creating with the divine. Your thoughts, words, and actions are the tools through which creation happens. Use them wisely. Speak words that uplift, think thoughts that inspire, and take actions that reflect your faith. Every small step you take in alignment with your belief brings you closer to the manifestation of your blessings. No effort is too small, no act of faith too insignificant. The blessings you never expected will often come with a sense of awe, a recognition that something greater than yourself has been at work. They will remind you of the boundless love and generosity of the divine. And as you receive these blessings, let them be a testament to what is possible when you trust in the unseen. Let them inspire you to dream even bigger, to believe even more deeply, and to live in a state of perpetual gratitude. Even now, the blessings you never expected are gathering momentum, moving toward you with divine speed and precision. Trust this truth and let it fill you with hope. For what is coming is not merely what you asked for, but what you never dared to imagine. The abundance of the universe is infinite, and it delights in surprising you with its generosity. All you need to do is remain open, faithful, and grateful, knowing that the blessings you never expected are already yours. The blessings you never expected are already unfolding, even if you cannot yet see them. They arrive in whispers, in shifts too subtle for the untrained eye to notice. But they are there, building momentum in the unseen, preparing to manifest in ways that will astonish you. Each moment you spend in trust, each thought of faith, draws these blessings nearer. You may not know the exact form they will take, but you can rest assured that they will exceed anything you could have imagined. Faith is not merely belief in what is possible, it is the conviction that what is unseen is as real as what is seen. It is the bridge between your desires and their manifestation, between the dream and its fulfillment. When you hold faith unwaveringly, you act as a co-creator with the divine. Your belief becomes the mold through which infinite intelligence pours its boundless creativity. This is why faith must be your anchor. It is the force that transforms what you long for into what you hold. Imagine for a moment that the blessings you desire are already yours. Feel the joy of having them, the peace of knowing they are part of your reality. This act of feeling is not idle fantasy, it is the mechanism of creation. The universe responds to your inner state, not your outward conditions. When your inner state vibrates with gratitude and joy, it signals to the divine that you are ready to receive. It is as though the heavens themselves lean closer, saying, "This one is prepared." Often the blessings you never expected arrive wrapped in mystery. They might come through paths you never considered or from people you never anticipated. This is the brilliance of divine wisdom. It works beyond the limitations of your understanding. Trust that the universe knows not only what you need, but how best to deliver it to you. Release the need to micromanage the process, and instead, focus on maintaining a state of trust. This trust is not passive, it is active, a continual affirmation that all is unfolding as it should. There may be moments when doubt creeps in, when your faith is tested and the path ahead seems unclear. In these times, remind yourself of the truth: what is meant for you cannot miss you. No force in the world can block the blessings that are destined to be yours. They may be delayed, but delay is not denial. Often it is the divine ensuring that everything aligns perfectly for your highest good. Trust that every pause has a purpose and every setback is a setup for something greater. Your thoughts are powerful, far more so than you may realize. They are the architects of your reality, the seeds from which your life grows. When you dwell on thoughts of lack, fear, or unworthiness, you unintentionally build walls that block your blessings. But when you think thoughts of abundance, love, and gratitude, you open the floodgates for blessings to flow into your life. Be vigilant with your mind, guard it against negativity, and nurture it with affirmations of truth. Declare to yourself daily, I am ready to receive blessings beyond my imagination. The blessings you never expected are not random gifts, they are the natural result of aligning with the divine order of the universe. This alignment is not achieved through force or struggle, but through surrender. It is the act of releasing control and trusting in a higher wisdom. Surrender does not mean giving up, it means letting go of resistance and allowing life to unfold in its perfect way. It is an act of courage, a declaration of faith that what is coming is far greater than what has been. Gratitude is your most powerful tool in this process. It is not merely a reaction to what you receive, but a proactive force that invites more into your life. When you live in a state of gratitude, you shift your vibration to match the frequency of abundance. This shift is palpable. It changes not only how you feel, but how the universe responds to you. Begin each day with gratitude, not only for what you have, but for what is yet to come. Thank the divine for blessings seen and unseen, for gifts known and unknown. The blessings you never expected often carry lessons that expand your soul. They teach you to trust, to hope, and to believe in possibilities beyond your comprehension. They stretch your understanding of what is possible and deepen your connection to the divine. As these blessings unfold, let them be a reminder of your own power as a creator. You are not a passive recipient of life's circumstances, you are an active participant in shaping your reality. Do not underestimate the importance of patience on this journey. The blessings you never expected are worth the wait. They require time to ripen, just as fruit does on the vine. Impatience only serves to disrupt the process, introducing doubt where there should be faith. Instead, embrace patience as a form of trust, a quiet confidence that all is working out in your favor. Each moment of waiting is an opportunity to prepare, to strengthen your faith, and to align more deeply with the divine. The blessings you never expected will often reveal themselves in moments of stillness. In the rush and noise of daily life, it can be easy to overlook them. But when you pause, when you take the time to be present, you create space for these blessings to become visible. Practice stillness not as an escape, but as a way of tuning into the frequency of the divine. In this stillness, you will find clarity, inspiration, and a profound sense of peace. As you journey toward these blessings, remember that your path is unique. Do not compare your timeline to that of others. What is meant for you will come to you in its own time, in its own way. Comparison only breeds discontent, distracting you from the beauty of your own journey. Celebrate the successes of others as a reminder of what is possible, but keep your focus on your own path. Your blessings are tailored to you, crafted with love and precision for your highest good. The blessings you never expected are a reflection of the divine abundance that surrounds you. They are reminders that life is not a series of random events, but a purposeful unfolding. Trust this process, hold fast to your faith, and open your heart to receive. What is coming to you is not just a gift, but a testament to the boundless love and generosity of the universe. Let this truth fill you with hope, and let it inspire you to dream bigger, trust deeper, and live in a state of perpetual gratitude. For the blessings you never expected are already on their way. The blessings you never expected have been set in motion by forces greater than anything you can see or comprehend. They move with precision, flowing toward you in ways that defy logic but resonate deeply with the divine order of your life. Even now, every cell in your body, every thought in your mind, and every beat of your heart are part of the grand orchestration that ensures these blessings reach you. The journey toward them is not about striving, but about trusting that what you desire and what you are meant to receive are already aligned. In this trust, there is power. The kind of power that dissolves fear and quiets doubt. The blessings you never expected are not bound by earthly limitations. They transcend circumstances, surpass expectations, and unfold in ways that bring clarity to confusion and joy to sorrow. To receive them, you must cultivate a readiness, a willingness to believe that life holds more for you than you have yet seen. This readiness is a state of being, a posture of faith that opens the gates to miracles. There is a mysterious beauty in the timing of blessings. They do not arrive according to human schedules, but according to divine timing, which is always perfect. When something feels delayed, know that it is not denial but preparation. The universe is arranging all the pieces, ensuring that what comes to you arrives at the moment when it will serve you most. If you find yourself waiting, let that waiting be active. Use it to grow in faith, to deepen your gratitude, and to prepare your heart to receive fully. Imagine the blessings that await you as seeds planted in the soil of your faith. They grow in the darkness, unseen yet full of life. Every moment of belief waters these seeds, every act of gratitude nourishes them, and every step of trust brings them closer to fruition. Your blessings are not passive, they are alive, responding to the energy you send out into the world. They are drawn to your readiness, your openness, and your unwavering conviction that they belong to you. As you move through your days, practice seeing beyond the surface of your circumstances. What may appear as a setback is often a step forward in disguise. The blessings you never expected often arrive wrapped in challenges, their value revealed only when you look back and see how they have shaped you. In every difficulty, there is an opportunity for growth, a chance to align more closely with the divine plan. Do not resist these moments, embrace them, for they are part of the unfolding of your blessings. The power of imagination is your greatest ally in this journey. When you close your eyes and envision the life you desire, you are not merely dreaming, you are creating. The mind cannot distinguish between what is imagined and what is real, and this is the secret to manifesting your blessings. By imagining them as already yours, you bridge the gap between the unseen and the seen. You summon them into your reality, drawing them closer with every thought infused with faith and every feeling rooted in joy. Let the idea of these unexpected blessings fill you with wonder. Wonder is a doorway to miracles, a reminder that life is far more magnificent than we often allow ourselves to believe. When you live with a sense of wonder, you remain open to possibilities beyond your understanding. You begin to notice the signs and synchronicities that guide you, the whispers of the universe telling you that your blessings are near. These signs are not coincidences, they are confirmations, gentle nudges that reassure you of the divine order at work. There is great power in speaking your blessings into existence. Your words carry energy, shaping the reality you experience. Speak as though the blessings you desire have already arrived. Say aloud, I am grateful for the abundance in my life. I welcome every good thing with an open heart. These declarations are not empty affirmations, they are proclamations of faith. They signal to the universe that you are ready, willing, and open to receive. Your words become the blueprint for the life you are creating. As you await the blessings you never expected, practice living as though they are already here. Carry yourself with the confidence of someone who knows they are supported by a loving universe. Make decisions from a place of abundance rather than lack, of faith rather than fear. This mindset not only attracts blessings but prepares you to receive them fully. When you act as though you are already blessed, you align yourself with the energy of abundance, and abundance flows to you effortlessly. In moments of doubt, return to the truth that the divine is always working for your highest good. Even when you cannot see the evidence, trust that it is there. Faith is not about having proof, it is about believing in the absence of proof. This belief is not blind, it is deeply rooted in the understanding that life is a co-creative process. You do your part by holding the vision, feeling the gratitude, and taking inspired action, and the universe responds by delivering what you need. The blessings you never expected are not just for you, they are for the world. When you receive them, you become a vessel through which the divine can work. Your joy, your gratitude, and your abundance ripple outward, touching the lives of others in ways you may never fully know. This is the beauty of blessings, they multiply when shared. As you prepare to receive, also prepare to give. Open your heart to the possibility that your blessings are part of something much larger than yourself. Every moment is an opportunity to align with the energy of these blessings. Every choice you make, every thought you think, every word you speak either brings you closer to them or moves you away. Choose alignment. Choose faith. Choose gratitude. These choices are simple yet profound, the keys that unlock the doors to the life you desire. The blessings you never expected are not somewhere far off, they are here, waiting for you to step into the fullness of who you are. There is no limit to what you can receive, for the divine is infinite in its generosity. Your only task is to remain open, to believe without wavering, and to trust without hesitation. The blessings you never expected are on their way, not because of anything you have done to earn them, but because of who you are, a beloved creation of the divine, worthy of every good thing. Let this truth settle in your heart and carry you forward with hope, for the best is yet to come. The blessings you never expected are not simply a reward for your past actions, they are a reflection of the limitless potential within you. Each blessing that arrives is a manifestation of your inner state, a result of your belief in the unseen forces working on your behalf. In this very moment, you are being shaped for something far greater than what you could ever have planned for yourself. The divine is not limited by your imagination, and the possibilities for your life are far beyond what you can even dream of. What you have asked for, even in the quietest corners of your heart, is already on its way to you, and it will arrive when you are ready to fully embrace it. Many times we find ourselves looking for blessings in the wrong places, believing they must come from specific situations or people, or we limit ourselves by thinking they have to fit into a certain mold. But blessings are not confined by such boundaries. The divine is creative, inventive, and always finds new ways to bless you. These blessings often come in the most unexpected forms, not always through what you imagined, but always in a way that is better suited to your highest good. They are designed to fit perfectly into your life, exactly when you need them, even if you can't see how they will unfold. The essence of faith is the trust that the universe is always working for you, even when things don't seem to go according to your plan. Sometimes we wait for external signs, for proof that things are moving in our favor. But the truth is that the signs are already present, quietly guiding us in every moment. These blessings are quietly being prepared, cultivated in unseen places, just as a seed grows in the earth before it breaks through to the surface. You may not see the full picture now, but that does not mean it is not being created behind the scenes. Everything you have asked for is moving towards you. When you shift your perception from seeking external evidence to trusting that everything is already unfolding, a profound transformation happens within you. You stop chasing after blessings, and instead you begin to align yourself with the flow of abundance. This shift changes your very vibration, making you a magnet for the good things that are already on their way to you. The universe responds to your energy. What you give out is what you receive in return. So as you embrace the belief that these blessings are not only possible but inevitable, you begin to receive them effortlessly. Gratitude is the gateway to receiving. When you express gratitude, you create an energetic alignment that opens the door for more to enter your life. It is not merely the blessings themselves that will fulfill you, it is the feeling of gratitude for them, the deep recognition that you are always supported, that will elevate you to a state of joy and abundance. You see, blessings are not just things or experiences, they are also the awareness that you are already whole, that you are already blessed. Gratitude grounds you in this truth, anchoring you in the present moment, where the flow of divine blessings is constant. One of the greatest gifts that come with the unexpected blessings is the deep sense of peace and fulfillment that accompanies them. When they arrive, you will recognize that they were not just material rewards, but rather affirmations of your worthiness and your connection to something greater. They will bring clarity to your mind and tranquility to your soul, allowing you to see your life from a higher perspective. In that moment, the past, present, and future will all merge, and you will understand that everything you have experienced has led you to this point. At times, the path to your blessings may seem uncertain. You may face obstacles that challenge your faith and your trust in the process. But these challenges are not here to hinder your progress. They are opportunities for growth, for you to strengthen your belief in the unseen and build resilience. Every trial is an invitation to go deeper into your own soul, to connect more profoundly with the divine within you. It is in these moments of apparent struggle that the blessings begin to take shape. They are birthed from your perseverance, your courage, and your unwavering belief that all things work together for your good. It is important to remember that blessings do not always come in the way we expect. They are not always wrapped in shiny packages or presented with fanfare. They may come as small, quiet nudges, moments of inspiration, a shift in perspective, a new relationship, or an unexpected opportunity. These seemingly small moments are, in fact, enormous in their impact. They are the catalyst for great change, the stepping stones that lead you toward your highest potential. The blessings you never expected are often the ones that shift your entire trajectory, transforming your life in ways that you cannot yet fathom. There is immense power in aligning with your true self. When you operate from a place of authenticity, when you embrace who you truly are without fear or doubt, you create a powerful magnetic force that draws everything you need into your life. When you align with your purpose, the universe conspires to bring you everything you need to fulfill it. Your blessings are connected to your purpose. They are not random or disconnected from who you are. They are the universe's way of supporting you in the fulfillment of your divine destiny. Trusting in the arrival of your blessings is a practice. It is not always easy to hold the faith, especially when circumstances seem to suggest otherwise. But the moment you release the need for control and surrender to the flow of life, you create space for miracles to enter. There is no need to force or struggle. Your blessings are already on their way, and all you need to do is remain open to receive them. The divine is infinitely more capable of bringing about the right circumstances for you than you could ever imagine. The key to unlocking the blessings that await you is your ability to remain present. When you stay grounded in the present moment, you align with the energy of the universe. You stop searching for happiness in the future or dwelling on the past, and instead you embrace the joy of now. This shift in perspective is transformational. By focusing on the present, you align with the vibration of abundance, and your blessings begin to flow toward you effortlessly. When you are in the present moment, you are in alignment with the divine order of the universe, and in that space, miracles unfold. In every area of your life, the divine is working tirelessly on your behalf, arranging circumstances and bringing people into your life who will help you fulfill your purpose. These blessings are already moving toward you, gathering in the unseen realms, waiting for the perfect moment to reveal themselves. Trust that this moment will come, and when it does, you will be ready to receive. The divine has never forgotten you. It has always been working for you, and every step you take in faith brings you closer to the fullness of what has already been promised. The blessings you never expected are not just for you alone. They are part of a greater plan, a divine tapestry woven with the threads of all those whose lives you touch. Your blessings have a ripple effect. When you receive them, you share them with others through your kindness, your generosity, your wisdom, and your love. The divine blessings you receive are meant to be passed on, not hoarded. As you welcome your own blessings, you make space for others to receive theirs. This shared energy of abundance creates a cycle of giving and receiving that perpetuates more blessings for everyone involved. As you walk the path of life, trust in the divine timing that governs all things. Trust that every delay, every moment of uncertainty is part of the greater picture being drawn for you. Know that every moment you wait brings you closer to the arrival of your blessings. The waiting is not empty, it is a time of preparation. In this time, you are becoming the person who is ready to receive everything that is already yours. When the time comes for these blessings to enter your life, you will find that they fit perfectly, that they are exactly what you needed, and that they have arrived in the perfect way and at the perfect time. Never doubt that your blessings are on their way. They have been set in motion, and they will arrive in divine timing. Stay present, stay trusting, and stay open. The universe is conspiring on your behalf. Everything you need is already being drawn to you. Keep walking in faith, and when the moment arrives, you will see that the blessings you never expected are exactly what your soul needed to take you to the next level of your journey. As you stand on the threshold of the blessings you never expected, remember that the divine has always been with you, guiding, supporting, and preparing the way. Trust in the unseen forces at work, knowing that every step you take in faith brings you closer to the fulfillment of your dreams. The blessings that are on their way are not random or out of reach. They are a reflection of your own alignment with the divine plan. Keep your heart open, your mind clear, and your spirit unwavering. The universe is responding to you, bringing you what is rightfully yours in perfect time and in perfect form. Stay grateful for what is already unfolding, and remain confident in the knowledge that your blessings are already here, waiting for the moment when you will fully receive them. Every thought, every prayer, and every moment of trust brings you closer to the life you've imagined. Know that you are worthy, that you are deserving, and that the divine is with you every step of the way. The blessings you never expected are about to arrive, and they will far exceed anything you ever imagined. The best is yet to come. Keep the faith and watch as the miracles unfold. Beloved, allow your heart to open to the infinite possibilities that God has prepared for you. In the stillness of your soul, where divine whispers meet human yearning, lies the assurance that a grand surprise awaits you. Not in the distant future, but in a moment ordained by heaven, a moment nearer than you think. This surprise is not born of chance, but of divine intention, carefully woven into the fabric of your existence. Understand this truth: what you seek is already yours. The desires planted deep within your heart are not random. They are a dialogue between you and God, a sacred conversation revealing what is to come. These desires are the blueprint of your destiny, the evidence of what God has already begun to manifest for you. In your quiet moments, feel them as though they are already here. Embrace them with gratitude, not as a wishful thought, but as a present reality. God moves in ways beyond human comprehension. When the night seems darkest and the path uncertain, know that these moments are the prelude to a divine revelation. The clouds that obscure your view are but a veil, soon to be lifted, revealing the brilliance of God's plan for you. Rest in this, knowing the delay is not denial. Every moment of waiting is a preparation, a refining of your spirit to receive the fullness of what has been prepared. Faith is the key that unlocks the treasure of this surprise. To live in faith is to walk in certainty, to act as though the promise is already fulfilled. Faith transforms your reality because it aligns you with the divine will, bringing forth the unseen into the seeing. Speak with conviction, "It is done," and let your actions reflect that truth. In doing so, you step into the flow of divine timing, where miracles are born. Picture the joy, the relief, the wonder of that moment when God's surprise unfolds before you. Feel it now, as though it has already happened. The joy of answered prayers, the peace of resolved struggles, the abundance of blessings long awaited, all of it is yours to claim. Dwell in this state of gratitude, for it is the magnet that draws the promise closer to you. God's surprise will come when you least expect it, but when you need it most. It will arrive with such precision and perfection that you will marvel at the orchestration of events. Every challenge, every detour, every tear will make sense as you see how it all led to this moment. Trust the process, for God's ways are higher than ours. His timing is impeccable, and His blessings are immeasurable. Prepare your heart to receive this divine gift. Release the doubts, the fears, the need to control. Surrender them to the one who holds the universe in His hands. Rest in the assurance that what is meant for you will never pass you by. God's surprise is not just a gift, it is a testament to His unwavering love for you, a reminder that you are seen, known, and cherished beyond measure. Embrace this truth, for very soon your soul will sing with the joy of His promise fulfilled. In the stillness of your spirit, the seeds of anticipation are already being planted. These are not mere fleeting thoughts, but the whispers of God, guiding you toward the unexpected joy that awaits. You may not see it now, but understand that the divine hand is already at work in ways you cannot fully comprehend. The truth is that God works quietly, patiently, yet powerfully behind the scenes of your life. His methods are beyond the human grasp, and His timing beyond your understanding. Yet He is always at work, orchestrating events to lead you exactly where you need to be. You may be facing trials right now, circumstances that seem overwhelming and unyielding. The weight of your struggles may feel like a burden too heavy to bear. Yet know this: these challenges are not in vain. They are part of the divine process, preparing you for something greater. The path to your surprise is not always straight, and sometimes it may feel as though you are walking through a dark tunnel with no light in sight. But remember, in those moments of apparent darkness, the light is often closest. The very struggles that seem to hold you back are the catalysts that will propel you forward into your breakthrough. God's surprises do not come according to the world's standards. In a world that demands instant gratification, where the pace is fast and expectations high, divine surprises come with a quiet assurance that cannot be rushed. They come in their own time, in their own way, but when they do, they will exceed your wildest dreams. They are not superficial gifts, but deep and lasting blessings that will transform every area of your life. The surprise you are about to receive is not something that you can force into existence. You cannot hurry God's hand, for He is not bound by time. Yet He is always on time. The more you strive to force things to happen, the more you find yourself in a state of struggle. But when you let go, when you stop trying to control the outcome and surrender your heart to the divine will, you position yourself to receive the blessings that have already been prepared for you. Trust in the timing of God, for His clock is never late. I think about the times in your life when you thought things were falling apart, when you believed that everything you had worked for was slipping away. In those moments, it may have seemed as though the world was unraveling, but God was working behind the scenes, weaving together a beautiful tapestry. Now look back at those experiences and see how they have shaped you, how they have led you to where you are today. Every challenge, every setback has been a part of God's greater plan for you. He has used every moment of struggle to mold you into a vessel capable of receiving His blessings. Sometimes you must let go of the image you have of how things should unfold. When you hold on too tightly to a specific outcome, you limit the infinite possibilities that God can bring into your life. His vision for you is far greater than your own, and His understanding of what you truly need goes beyond what you can see with your natural eyes. Release your grip on the outcome and trust that what God has in store for you is far better than anything you could have imagined. His surprises come in ways that exceed your wildest dreams, not because He wants to amaze you, but because He wants to bless you abundantly. Now is the time to shift your perspective. Begin to see yourself as a recipient of God's favor, a beloved child who is worthy of all the good things that He has prepared for you. Understand that you are not waiting for something to happen, rather you are in the process of becoming the person who is ready to receive what is already yours. Every moment of your life has been a preparation for this very moment when you will step into the fullness of your blessing. Do not allow doubt to cloud your vision. Doubt will come, for it is the nature of the human mind to question what it cannot understand. But remember that doubt is simply a reflection of the fear within you, a fear that God will not come through, a fear that you are not deserving, a fear that things will never change. Yet fear is not from God. God's love casts out all fear, and His promises are true. He has never failed you before, and He will not fail you now. Stand firm in your faith and know that the surprise you have been waiting for is already on its way. Your words are powerful. Speak them with faith and conviction, for they are the creative force that shapes your reality. Every word you speak, whether in prayer, thought, or conversation, sends out vibrations that align with the energy of the universe. Speak words of expectancy, words that affirm your belief in God's goodness and His ability to bless you beyond measure. Declare that you are worthy of His surprise, and let your faith be the force that draws it closer. When you live with the awareness that God is already at work in your life, it changes the way you perceive your current circumstances. What may have seemed like a setback or a disappointment becomes a stepping stone, a moment of growth that prepares you for what is coming. Trust that everything in your life, both good and bad, is working together for your good. God does not waste any experience. Every moment, every encounter, every challenge is part of the unfolding of His divine plan for you. Think about the times when God has already surprised you. Perhaps it was a time when you thought you had lost everything, but something unexpected came to restore what you thought was gone forever. Or maybe it was a moment of breakthrough, when you realized that God had been working behind the scenes to bring about a miracle in your life. These experiences are not isolated events, but are a testament to God's ongoing faithfulness. The God who surprised you in the past is the same God who will surprise you again, and His surprises will continue to unfold as you trust in His timing. Do not be disheartened by what you see with your eyes, for the true reality is the one that exists in the spiritual realm. The world may tell you that things are impossible, that your dreams cannot come true, that your struggles are too great. But God's word tells you that with Him, all things are possible. The moment you align your thoughts and beliefs with God's truth, you open yourself up to the miraculous. The surprise that God has for you will surpass all expectations, for it will be a direct result of your alignment with His will. When you understand that God's plan for you is greater than anything you could have imagined, you begin to rest in His peace. The anxiety, the worry, the impatience, all of these fall away as you realize that everything is working together for your good. The surprise is not something you need to chase, it is something you will encounter naturally as you walk in faith, trusting that God's promises are true. In this moment, as you read these words, know that something is shifting in the spiritual realm on your behalf. Your breakthrough is already in motion, and what you have been waiting for is closer than you think. Keep your heart open to receive it, and keep your eyes fixed on the one who holds your future in His hands. The God who sees you, who knows you, and who loves you beyond measure is preparing a surprise that will leave you in awe. Keep your faith strong, for it is by faith that you will receive the manifestation of everything you have believed for. You may find yourself wondering how long this journey will take, but understand that time is simply an illusion in the grand design of God's plan. God operates outside the realm of time, so what may seem like a delay to you is only a moment in His perfect timing. There is no such thing as waiting in vain when it comes to the divine. Every second, every hour, every day that you spend in anticipation is a moment that is shaping you, refining you, and aligning you more closely with the surprise that awaits. While you wait, remember you are being prepared. The universe is being set in motion for you, for your breakthrough is not only about what is coming to you, but also about who you are becoming in the process. As you continue to trust in God's perfect timing, do not be swayed by the distractions of the world around you. People may tell you to give up, to stop believing, to settle for less than what you deserve. Yet your destiny is not defined by the opinions of others. It is defined by the truth that God has placed within your heart, by the divine promises that He has spoken over your life. You were born for greatness, and no external circumstance can change that. The only person who can hinder your destiny is you. Do not doubt the power of God working in you, for when you align yourself with His will, no one can stand against you. It is easy to look at the world and feel discouraged by what you see. The noise of fear, doubt, and negativity can drown out the quiet assurance that God is working behind the scenes. But remember this, the world operates by a different set of laws than the kingdom of God. In the world, things may appear to move slowly or break down, but in the kingdom of God, everything is in divine order, even in moments of apparent chaos. In times of struggle, when the world tells you that nothing is changing, God is quietly orchestrating the events of your life with such precision that it will leave you in awe when the moment arrives. You will look back and see how every single step, every single decision was part of a beautiful tapestry, woven together by the hand of the Creator. The beauty of God's surprises is that they are often far beyond what we can imagine. In our limited human perspective, we may focus on what we think we need, what we think we desire, but God's view of our lives is so much more expansive. His understanding of our true needs and desires surpasses our comprehension. What we may think is the best for us may be far less than what He has in store. When you let go of your limited expectations and trust that God's vision for you is greater than your own, you open yourself to the full spectrum of His goodness and grace. Many times we find ourselves grasping at things that we believe will bring us happiness, fulfillment, or success. We chase after things that, in our hearts, we feel will complete us. But the truth is, nothing in the external world can truly satisfy the deep longing within your soul. Only God can fulfill that need, and He does so in ways that will surprise you. He knows exactly what you need, and when you surrender your will to His, He will bring it to you at the perfect time. You may not even recognize it at first, for it will come in a form far greater and more beautiful than anything you could have imagined. But when it arrives, you will know it is from God, because it will resonate deep within your spirit. It will feel like home, like a piece of your soul coming back into alignment. As you wait for the surprise that God is preparing for you, know that this waiting time is not wasted. It is an opportunity to grow, to become more aligned with your true self, and to deepen your trust in God. The more you trust, the more you are able to receive. Your heart must be open to the blessings that are already on their way. The longer you resist, the longer it will take for these blessings to manifest. This is not to say that God is punishing you, but rather that your resistance blocks the flow of divine abundance. As you surrender, you create a clear path for the blessings to flow into your life. Think about how much God loves you. His love for you is beyond measure, beyond anything you can fathom. Every surprise He has in store for you is an expression of His love for you. It is not just a gift, but a reflection of His desire for you to experience life in its fullest, most abundant form. He is not a distant, indifferent God, but one who knows you intimately, who walks with you every step of the way. He sees your struggles, your desires, and your pain, and He is working everything out for your good. As you rest in this truth, you are able to trust more deeply, knowing that God is actively moving on your behalf, even when you cannot see it. The power of faith lies in believing before you see. This is the essence of divine trust. Faith is not about seeing the results before you believe. It is about trusting that the results are already on their way, even if you cannot yet perceive them. This is where the magic happens. When you truly trust that God is going to surprise you, when you release all doubt and fear, you begin to align your energy with the divine flow. You become a magnet for the miracles that are about to unfold in your life. This is not a time to sit idly by and wait for things to happen. It is a time to prepare your heart, your mind, and your spirit to receive all that God has prepared for you. Take steps in faith. Speak words of affirmation, walk in gratitude, and hold a vision of what is to come. By doing so, you are actively participating in the manifestation process. Your thoughts, words, and actions must align with the expectation of your surprise. You are not waiting for it to happen, you are preparing to receive it. Now envision what that moment will feel like. Picture yourself experiencing the surprise that God is about to unfold. Feel the joy, the excitement, the gratitude, and the awe that will fill your heart. See it clearly in your mind, for it is already on its way. The more vividly you imagine it, the more you are drawing it closer to you. Hold on to that vision and know that it is not a mere fantasy, but a promise from God. What He has prepared for you is already yours, and it is only a matter of time before it arrives. Let go of the need to control the process. Surrender your expectations and your time frames to God. When you try to force things to happen, you only create resistance. Instead, release control and allow God to move in His perfect way. Trust that He knows the best path for you, and His timing will be flawless. When you let go, you make space for the divine to work freely in your life. You open the door for your miracle to enter. The surprise you are waiting for will not be a small, insignificant thing. It will be a blessing that will change your life. that will elevate you to new heights, that will open doors you never thought possible. God's surprises are always transformational. They are not just for your enjoyment, but for your growth, for your purpose, and for the glory of His kingdom. When this surprise arrives, you will see it as a sign of God's faithfulness, a manifestation of His love and His perfect will for your life. Rest in the assurance that this surprise is already on its way. Do not doubt, do not fear. Keep your faith strong, your heart open, and your mind aligned with divine truth. You are on the verge of something great, something that will leave you in awe of God's goodness and grace. Believe it, speak it, receive it, for very soon you will see the manifestation of everything you have been waiting for. In this moment of anticipation, it is crucial to remember that you are not in this alone. God is intimately involved in every aspect of your life. He sees you, knows your heart, and understands your desires more deeply than you ever could. His plans for you are greater than anything you can imagine, and while the path may sometimes feel uncertain, rest assured that He is guiding you towards something remarkable. The surprises that God has in store for you are not just for your immediate pleasure, they are steps toward fulfilling your greater purpose. We often forget how intricately the divine works in our lives. The seemingly small, insignificant moments are not random, they are all part of a grand design. Every conversation, every encounter, every challenge is a part of the intricate web that God is weaving. You may not always see the connections right away, but trust that everything is leading you towards something beautiful. The surprises God has for you are often the culmination of moments, decisions, and experiences that were all meant to converge at just the right time. It's as though the universe is conspiring to bring you to this moment of breakthrough, where your heart's deepest desires will finally be realized. Do not let the fear of the unknown prevent you from embracing the future with open arms. Fear is simply a signal that you are stepping into a place of growth. When we are unsure of what lies ahead, it is easy to let fear take root. But fear has no power in the presence of faith. Faith is the antidote to fear. It allows you to rise above your doubts and trust that God will do what He has promised. The surprises that await you are not to be feared, they are to be embraced with anticipation, knowing that they are part of God's plan to elevate you to a higher place. You may not always understand the timing or the process, but that is the beauty of faith. You trust not because you have all the answers, but because you know the one who holds them. In moments of doubt, it is important to remind yourself of the faithfulness of God. Throughout history, God has proven His ability to do the impossible. From the parting of the Red Sea to the resurrection of Jesus, He has shown us time and again that nothing is beyond His reach. The surprises He has in store for you are no different. They may seem impossible, improbable, or even out of reach at times, but remember that God specializes in the impossible. What may seem impossible to you is simply a matter of God working in a way that goes beyond human understanding. God is not bound by the limitations of your current situation. He is not limited by what you can see, hear, or touch. He operates in realms beyond your comprehension, and His ways are higher than your ways. When you begin to understand this truth, you start to see the world through a different lens. You no longer view obstacles as permanent barriers, but as temporary challenges that God can and will use for your good. Each struggle, each setback, each disappointment is a part of the process that will lead you to the divine surprise that awaits. Just as a seed must first be buried in the dark soil before it can break through to the light, so too must you sometimes go through seasons of darkness before you see the brilliance of God's plan unfolding in your life. Your role in this journey is simply to trust and believe. The act of faith is not to know how everything will unfold, but to trust that it will unfold in the perfect way and at the perfect time. God has been orchestrating this moment since before you were born. Every step, every twist, every turn in your life has been leading you to this point. And now, as you wait for the surprise that is soon to come, you must remain in a posture of openness and expectancy. Trust that God is working even when you cannot see the evidence of it. The moment you release your grip on control and allow God to work in His own way, you create the space for His blessings to flow freely into your life. When you surrender, you begin to align yourself with the flow of divine energy. This is where true magic happens. You are no longer trying to force outcomes or manipulate situations. Instead, you are allowing God to lead you. This shift in mindset opens you up to receive. You are no longer focused on the how or when of the surprise, but rather on the assurance that it will come. The more you focus on trusting, on knowing that God will come through for you, the more you align yourself with the manifestation of that promise. During this time of waiting, there is also an opportunity to refine your desires. Take a moment to reflect on what you truly want, not what the world tells you to want, but what your heart truly desires. Often we get caught up in external pressures and fleeting wants, forgetting that our true desires are deeply connected to the purpose God has for us. Take time to reconnect with that purpose. What is it that your soul is yearning for? What dreams have you put aside because you thought they were too big or too impossible? These are the desires that align with the divine surprises that are on their way. By nurturing these desires and aligning your thoughts and actions with them, you are actively participating in the creation of your reality. There is also great power in expressing gratitude. Gratitude is not just a passive feeling, it is an active force that shapes your life. When you live in a state of gratitude, you acknowledge the abundance of blessings that already surround you. You open yourself to receive even more. As you wait for the surprise that is coming, cultivate a heart of gratitude. Thank God for what you already have, for the blessings that have already manifested, and for those that are on their way. Gratitude shifts your energy and makes you a magnet for divine surprises. It shifts your focus from what is lacking to what is abundant, and this shift is essential for attracting the miracles that are waiting for you. As you prepare for the surprise that is about to unfold, remember that you are never alone in this process. God is with you every step of the way. His presence surrounds you, and His love never leaves you. There will be moments when you feel uncertain, when you feel like you are not moving forward. But even in those moments, trust that God is working in the background. He is moving mountains on your behalf, even when you cannot see it. His love and power are limitless, and His ability to turn things around is unmatched. When the time is right, the surprise He has prepared for you will come, and it will surpass all your expectations. It is not about forcing your way forward or pushing things to happen. It is about surrendering to the divine plan and trusting that everything is falling into place. Trust the timing, trust the process, and trust the one who holds your future in His hands. The surprise you are waiting for will not be just an ordinary event. It will be the culmination of everything you've hoped for and more. It will be a testimony to the greatness of God's love and His perfect plan for your life. So keep your faith strong, keep your heart open, and know that God is about to surprise you in ways you never thought possible. The more you let go of doubt and fear, the closer you draw to the realization of the blessings that are coming. Your heart must be prepared to receive what God is bringing to you. Expectation is key. The surprise is not just something that will happen, it is something that is already in motion. The universe is aligning to bring it to you, and you must align yourself with that energy. Stand firm in your faith and trust that your time is coming. As you continue to believe and trust, you will soon find yourself standing in the very midst of the miracle you have been waiting for. As you continue to walk through this journey, it's important to remember that there are moments where things may seem quiet. You may feel like there's a stillness around you, a sense of waiting without knowing exactly what you are waiting for. But in this stillness, know that God is at work. His hand is not absent, it's quietly, powerfully orchestrating every detail of your life. Often when things seem quiet or dormant, it is the perfect time for God to prepare the way. In the silence, He is working in the unseen. So instead of questioning the quiet, embrace it. Let it serve as a reminder that God is working behind the scenes, setting the stage for the miraculous to unfold. You must trust that the plans God has for you are not dependent on the speed at which things move in your life. Sometimes it feels like things are moving too slowly, that you are stuck in a moment of stagnation. But this is a moment of preparation. Just as a seed must first be buried beneath the soil and left alone in darkness before it breaks forth into new life, so too must you sometimes go through moments of waiting before your breakthrough comes. The period of quiet is not wasted, it is part of the divine process. Everything has its season. You may not see it now, but there will come a time when you will look back and understand why you had to wait, why things had to unfold the way they did. Sometimes the surprise you are waiting for is already taking shape in ways that are beyond your understanding. God doesn't always operate in the way we expect. We often have our own plans, our own ideas of how things should unfold. But God's plan is always more intricate, more beautiful, and more aligned with your true purpose. He sees the end from the beginning. The way He works in your life may seem unconventional, but that's part of His greatness. Don't be afraid when things don't go the way you imagined. That's the time when God is doing His greatest work. Trust that His plan is better than anything you could have come up with on your own. In the midst of this, remember to keep your heart open. Keep it open to the possibilities, to the surprises that God has in store for you. As much as you may think you know what you want, there are depths of your heart that you may not yet be aware of. Sometimes the greatest surprises come when God gives us something we didn't even know we needed. He's not just giving you what you want, He's giving you what you need in order to fulfill your purpose. When God surprises you, it's not just about fulfilling your desires, it's about fulfilling your divine destiny. The path toward receiving these surprises may not always be easy. You may face challenges, doubts, and fears along the way. These are all part of the process. God uses these moments of testing to strengthen your faith and build your character. It is in these moments of struggle that you learn who you truly are, and more importantly, who God is in you. You learn that your strength does not come from your own power, but from the power of God within you. The struggles you face are not there to defeat you, they are there to shape you into the person who can receive the blessing that is on the way. Every trial you face is an opportunity to grow stronger in faith and trust. Each challenge is refining you, preparing you for the magnitude of the blessing that is coming. And when that surprise finally comes, you will know that it was worth the wait. It will be more beautiful, more fulfilling, and more aligned with your purpose than you ever could have imagined. This surprise will not just meet your expectations, it will exceed them in ways that you can't even fathom right now. God's surprises are always more than you expect, because they are designed to take you higher. His blessings are not just for your comfort, they are for your growth and for His glory. When the surprise manifests, it will not just be a personal victory. It will be a testimony to the greatness of God's love and faithfulness. It will be a reflection of His goodness, and it will inspire others to trust in the same divine power that brought it into existence. As you wait, continue to align yourself with the frequency of faith. Faith is the key that unlocks the door to the miraculous. It is not enough to simply believe that something is possible, you must believe that it is already happening. You must believe that God is working right now, even if you cannot see it with your physical eyes. Faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. This is the truth you must hold on to as you wait for your divine surprise. When you hold on to this truth, your faith will create the space for the miracles to manifest. During this time of waiting, it's also crucial to focus on what you can control. You can't control the timing of God's surprises, but you can control your response. You can control your thoughts, your attitudes, and your actions. These things are the soil in which your divine surprises will grow. When you remain positive, when you choose to believe in the best outcome, when you live with gratitude and expectation, you are preparing yourself to receive God's blessings. Your thoughts and energy create the environment for your blessings to manifest. So stay focused on what you can control. Keep your mind centered on God's goodness. Keep your heart open to His will, and keep your spirit aligned with His purpose. It's easy to get discouraged when things seem to take longer than you had hoped. You may feel like the doors are closed or that your path is blocked. However, the key to unlocking the blessings that await you is trust. Trust that even in the moments when you can't see the way forward, there is a greater plan unfolding. Trust that even when things seem to be falling apart, they are actually falling into place in ways that you cannot yet see. The beauty of divine timing is that it works beyond human understanding. What you might perceive as a delay is often the perfect preparation for the greatness that is coming your way. God's timing is flawless, and although you may not always comprehend the reasons behind the delays, Know that they are necessary to bring you to a place where you are fully ready to receive the blessings that are meant for you. Trust that every experience, every moment of waiting is building your strength and character, preparing you to fully embrace the extraordinary. As you wait for the surprises God has in store for you, it is important to guard your heart and mind. Thoughts of doubt or fear can quickly fill the space where faith should be, and when those negative thoughts are allowed to grow, they cloud your vision. It is critical to replace every thought of fear with a thought of faith. Every time doubt creeps in, remind yourself that the best is yet to come. Replace the worry with expectation, and the uncertainty with unwavering belief that God is working everything out on your behalf. The surprises that God has for you may come in ways you don't expect, but that's what makes them so powerful. When you place your trust in Him, you give Him the freedom to move in ways that go beyond what you could ever ask or think. It's in those moments of unexpected blessings that you realize how perfectly your life is unfolding. The things you once thought were impossible are now within your reach. And as the surprises unfold, you will be in awe of how perfectly everything has been designed to align with your purpose. There is something magical that happens when you let go of the need to control every detail of your life. When you surrender your plans to the divine, you allow yourself to enter into a space of divine flow, where everything falls into place at the right time. The peace that comes with this surrender is unlike any other. It is the peace of knowing that everything is as it should be, even if you can't yet see the bigger picture. It's the peace of understanding that God's plan is always better than your own. In these moments of surrender, when you stop trying to force things to happen and instead trust that God's hand is at work, you will begin to notice that life begins to unfold in ways that are beyond your imagination. What once seemed impossible suddenly becomes possible, and doors that were once closed open wide. This is the magic of divine timing, when everything you have been waiting for, everything you have been praying for, starts to manifest before your very eyes. You may not always understand why things unfold the way they do, but trust that it is all leading you to something greater. Every challenge, every setback, every disappointment is part of the process. These moments are shaping you, molding you, and refining you into the person who can fully appreciate and embrace the blessings that are coming your way. The beauty of God's surprises is that they don't just change your circumstances, they change you. They help you grow into the person who is able to receive the gifts of abundance, peace, and joy that God has already prepared for you. And just when you think you've reached the end of the road, when you believe there's nothing left to hope for, that's when God will surprise you. Just when you feel like you can't wait any longer, He will show up in ways that will leave you in awe. You will look back at everything you've gone through, at every moment of doubt, and realize that it was all part of the divine process. Every hardship, every struggle was necessary to bring you to the place where you are now ready to receive everything you've been waiting for. There is a deep and profound beauty in the waiting. It is in these moments that you truly learn to trust in the process. The waiting period is not about inactivity, but about being in alignment with what God is doing. It's about preparing yourself to receive the miracles that are on their way. It's about standing firm in your faith, even when the circumstances around you seem bleak. The waiting period is a time of deep transformation. It's when you learn to let go of your fears, your doubts, and your worries, and instead embrace the belief that everything is already working out for your good. Every moment of your life is leading you towards something incredible, something miraculous. Even the painful moments, the moments when you feel most uncertain, are just stepping stones on the path toward your divine surprise. God knows the desires of your heart, and He has already gone ahead of you, making a way where there seems to be no way. Trust that He is working behind the scenes, orchestrating every detail of your life, preparing the perfect moment for the blessings to unfold. As you continue to walk this path of faith, remember that your thoughts are powerful. The more you focus on the positive, the more you affirm the truth that you are worthy of all the goodness that God has in store for you, the faster those blessings will begin to manifest. Your thoughts are like magnets, drawing in the experiences that align with your beliefs. So focus on the good, focus on the possibilities. Trust that everything you've been waiting for is already on its way. Keep your heart open to the miracles that are coming your way, and when the time is right, God will reveal to you the surprises that you never could have imagined. In the meantime, keep your eyes fixed on God. Don't get distracted by the things that seem to be going wrong in your life. Don't let the noise of the world drown out the quiet whispers of divine guidance. Trust in the process. Trust in God's perfect timing. And know that the best is yet to come. Your breakthrough is closer than you think. And when it comes, it will be everything you ever hoped for and more. As you continue on this journey of faith and trust, remember that God's plan for your life is far greater than anything you could ever imagine. Even in the waiting, even in the moments of uncertainty, trust that He is working behind the scenes, aligning everything perfectly for your good. His surprises are not bound by the limits of your understanding or expectations, and when they arrive, they will surpass every hope, every dream you've ever had. You are not alone in this journey. The universe is conspiring in your favor, and your blessings are already on their way. So let go of doubt, let go of fear, and open your heart to the divine surprises that are just around the corner. Your faith, your patience, and your trust in God will lead you to the miracles that await you. And when they come, you will look back and marvel at how everything, every step, every delay, and every moment of waiting was a part of the greater plan that was leading you toward your divine surprise. Trust in the process. Keep your faith strong. Your time is coming, and it will be more incredible than you could ever imagine.